This time on Hellfire Heroes, a quad drops down a 10-foot ditch.
Oh, man.
It's stolen.
Yeah.
A welder's truck catches fire.
Move up.
We've got some good fire going.
You got magnesium burning in there as well. Watch it.
A child trapped in a creek
Hey, bud, we're coming. Hang on there.
puts Jamie on edge.
I'll get your heart going. Every time.
In the untamed wilderness of Alberta, where seasonal wildfires can destroy a town in a single day. A special breed of firefighters risk their lives
Go, go, go. 1, 2, 3.
to serve and protect the people who live and work here.
When it's game day,
Just hit the engine part.
it's on until the last person is safe.
We got 2 down here.
We truly are the last line of defense for anybody that's out there.
From battling a raging home fire
Fanning up, whole thing.
to search and rescue,
Hey, bud, we're coming.
no job is too big
Second crew on me. Let's go.
or too small.
There's a cat in the tree. A cat?
Because they're jacks of all trades
Hurry up, hurry up.
and masters of them all.
Our fire crews put their lives on the line every day.
It's all about honor, courage, dedication. Serve something greater than yourself.
Fire Department report to fire. Motor vehicle collision north on Highway 88. There's a Saber B in the ditch.
The Lesser Slaves Fire Hall 1 crew suits up for a vehicle collision just outside of town.
Temporary dispatch, you can mark 102, responding with 1 and 1 TV.
Chief Jamie Coots is already on the way.
It sounds like this was just a case of a wide load that was not moving over, so the truck just had to take the ditch to avoid it.
The driver is lucky. He wasn't injured. But his 70,000-pound load of lumber is precariously balancing on the side of the road.
So we'll just stay away from the collapse zone there. But
Chief's first job is to secure the scene.
good news is he didn't roll and no fluids are leaking, which helps us. It definitely could have went the other way. Wow.
Motor vehicle collisions are just one of the many types of emergency calls that Slave Lake firefighters have to deal with.
When you're in these remote fire departments, you have to do everything. A lot of people think you just show up and get a pager and hee-haw, throw your gear on and jump on the truck, but we do so much more than just fight a fire. Let's have someone bring some pylons up and...
Okay, I got some from 102.
So yeah, we'll set 1 lane at a time traffic as soon as we can.
Okay, sounds good.
You have to know how a truck works to work around trucks. You can do a little medical and you can do a little extrication and you can do a little firefighting. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure that everybody makes it home. So if the police need us to help with traffic, we'll help with traffic. If somebody needs us to help the tow truck driver, we help the tow truck driver. It doesn't look bad from here, but when you're standing by it...
Chief leads the tow truck driver on a quick recon. Heavy loaders and forklifts will be needed. But that's not Chief's problem.
I guess we can go ahead and send home.
And he sends the firefighters home, so they're ready for the next call.
There's just so many things going on at any given time. You know, you hear it all the time, jack of all trades and master of none. It's different here. You gotta be jack of all trades and pretty darn good at everything.
And the new call is the type that makes your heart skip a beat.
You're responding to child stuck in the mud behind the Holiday Inn.
Oh, 102.
Go ahead.
Just about there. Just roll a truck ASAP.
Chief Jamie Coots is first on scene, and he heads straight towards the edge of Sawridge Creek. A young child is trapped below the steep embankments of the creek.
It's still spring, water's flying through there real fast, and it's super cold.
Hey, bud, we're coming. Hang on there.
Jamie can hear the child, but he can't see him.
Sarge Creek is full of undercuts. They're everywhere, and some of them are really severe. In this particular case, you know, you got a 3 to 4 foot undercut hanging right over top of where the kid's stuck.
We're coming, bud. Hang on.
The most important thing you need to know is how bad are they hurt. And until we get that first rescuer there, hands on, we don't know.
Tell the water rescue guys I need them rigged up. We got one in the water. 161.
Hey, Ryan, throw your shit in the back of the truck. You'll get dressed on the way.
From the time they say a kid, right, you kind of just want to get in a truck and start going as fast as you can.
Ryan Coots is the chief's son and the head of the water rescue team.
Good?
Yeah, go.
He'll be the lead on this call.
Dispatch, 161 is en route.
Roger, 161 en route.
Okay, we have 2 guys in suits ready to go.
We'll try and anchor onto something. We're trying to think of how we're getting down there, how we're going to tie him off, whether he's in the water or not.
Right there, right there. Just down here on the edge of the creek. You stuck in there, pretty cold. So I'd say off this tree right here. So I want you in down.
The fastest way down is over the edge, a straight drop 10 feet down.
In, now. Wrap around that tree. It's around that tree. I just see somebody. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not waiting for a big system.
The kid here. It's a kid, been in there for a while. We need to have people to that person right now.
Grab this rope. Okay, right? Yep. You just hooked out. Let us know when you're there.
Yeah, I'm touching down. You guys give me some slack.
Firefighter Coots is in the water. We're trying to get to the patient over against the bank.
Ryan can't see the boy. He can't tell if he's hurt or just frightened. But getting to the child is no walk in the park.
The creek's dangerous. It can raise right up to, 20 feet deep sometimes when there's high flood water. You have these grueling banks that you got to work around, and it's this, slimy silt, and it's really easy to slide in.
We got 2 down here.
2?
Yeah.
A call that started with one child trapped on the mud bank of an icy river just got twice as complicated.
I looked over and there's another kid. That kind of threw us for a little bit of a loop.
Ryan can't leave the first child unattended,
Where's the other rope bag? Let's get Adam in there, too.
so Jamie sends Adam down to rescue the second child.
How's it going, buddy? You okay?
Got right to him, secured him against the shore, made sure that I was in between him and the water, so if anything did happen, he wasn't going anywhere. Basically, he was buried right up to his crotch in sand, so started digging his leg out. You all right? By the time we dug his leg out, his ankle was pretty sore. He couldn't really move it.
With the boy's leg out of the sand, Ryan will need Adam's help to get the 2 kids up the embankment.
Get ready to give them slack.
But Adam is still not ready to go.
Hook him up, put him down!
It was taking longer than I was comfortable with. Some people would call that impatience. Some people will understand that I need to have a rescuer with that kid.
Yeah, I got the second swimmer coming down now. Is he there with her?
Once you have rescuers to the people, I know that those guys aren't going to let anything happen to those kids. This is all going to be okay.
Dave, Patrick, come over here where we're gonna pull her up.
Jamie won't be happy until both children are safely on high ground.
That would be my ideal spot. Up and out. Okay. Go around there so you can have a look, and then we'll bring you whatever you need. Do you have a radio? I do, yeah. Okay.
Patrick is setting up an MPD, or multi-purpose device. It's a high-efficiency pulley and rope grab mechanism.
All right.
That can quickly lift or lower weight without switching out or replacing hardware.
Get someone to get the soap basket for 161.
One of the kids sprained an ankle when he fell down the slope, so they'll need the Stokes basket to haul him out.
Stay away, because it's undercut real bad here.
All the activity at the top of the bank has Jamie on edge.
It's no undercut. Better safe than sorry.
My job's mostly to fly at 30,000 feet and be able to see everything that's going on.
And for Jamie, that means identifying and anticipating threats to his crew.
Go around the undercut. Stay about 10, 15 feet away.
In this creek, there's lots of undercuts. Water peels away at the bank, and so you're always fearful that the bank is gonna fall down.
When seasonal, fast-moving waters carve out the lower sections of the high riverbanks, they create structurally unsound overhangs of earth or undercuts in the soil.
These chunks can be hundreds or thousands of pounds. They can slide in and on top of everyone, they can fall on top of them and push them under. It could be catastrophic for the patient and for the firefighters.
So when a peace officer comes too close to the bank, Jamie's worst fears look like they might become a reality.
Someone get that cop car away from the creek now. Oh, back up!
Peace officer drove in, and he didn't recognize the hazard of the undercut. He was just trying to get there and help and provide a warm vehicle, but it became a hazard.
The rescue operation is back on. Adam carries the uninjured child to safety.
Took an old school method, got her a little piggyback ride there across the water to Patrick.
But the younger one sprained an ankle, so Adam grabs a splint to secure his leg.
You're cold? Yeah?
By now, every minute counts.
There was no time to waste, right? He was getting pretty cold.
Hypothermia occurs when the body shuts down from lack of heat.
Here, we'll take you back.
And for a small child in water this cold, it can set in within 20 minutes.
Hey, Adam, they're gonna pass you the basket right above your head there.
What?
A couple more guys down here wouldn't hurt.
It's going to take a few more hands to move the boy up the embankment.
It's really deep right here. Once you get to that bank, it's easy going. Then it's gonna be a 4-man basket haul. We'll have a line on the basket as well. All the rescuers coming out this way.
Keep going.
All right, ready? Yeah. We're gonna go back and find your mom and dad, okay? Hey, Ryan, if you want, you can shove that noodle under the basket. Might help. It's easy. There we go. You're almost out of here. Stop! All right, let's get the red line totally out of the equation. Drop it at a low angle, guys. Nice and slow, 3 people on either side. Okay, up on green, this is the belay line now.
Good, Care.
That's a close call.
I'll get your heart going every time.
Medics check the boy for hypothermia.
How do you feel otherwise? Good. So you're not hypothermic, so that's the important thing. We'll cover you up and get you to the ambulance, okay?
She's gonna be okay. It wasn't hypothermic or anything. A little bit of ankle pain, so hopefully not a break, but could have been worse.
If our job's to save people, we saved the boy and no one got hurt from our team, so they did a great job.
...287 kilometers southwest of Slave Lake in the remote community of Edson, Alberta. Yellowhead County Fire Chief Albert Barry rushes to the scene of a high-risk vehicle fire.
They're saying that there's oxygen bottles and acetylene on the truck, so I'm thinking it's some type of construction or pipeline worker's vehicle that's burning. If there's a potential for any type of explosion, we want to try and get there and suppress it as soon as we can. I can see a header in the distance.
That plume that I'm seeing coming off there tells me that we've got some good fire going.
What have you got in the back of it, sir?
Pardon me?
What's in the back of it?
There's oxyacetylene bottles.
Little ones, big ones?
They're big enough, yeah.
A pipeline welder's truck caught fire shortly after he left his house. And now, an out-of-control blaze threatens to explode the welding tanks in the back of the truck.
Anything else in there we need to know about? There's no guns, no ammunition? Okay. Okay, perfect, thanks. Zach, stop right there. We're gonna stretch a 65 and hit it hard. Copy that. We'll hit it from the distance.
Chief wants to knock the flames down from afar to protect his crew.
From our crew's perspective, huge concern for safety. If we're not able to put water on that fire, those tanks are gonna feel that heat, they're gonna expand, and if they explode, we're gonna get a fairly large explosion with shrapnel, flames. There's quite a distance of proximity around that vehicle that could be a hazard zone, so we need to mitigate that fire as quick as we can.
Whoa, that's good. Don't give him any more. Stop him right there.
The firefighters use one of their largest gauged hoses with a 65mm diameter to pump a lot of water from a safe distance.
Go for water, yeah!
And at this distance, they'll need plenty of water pressure to hit the target.
Ready for water, Brett?
Come on.
That's not water pressure.
The pump operator can't get water to the attack team.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Run it up. I got no link to it.
The water pump and wheels are both powered by the truck's drive shaft. When the truck is in drive gear, the drive shaft spins through a transfer case, connects to the rear drive shaft, and powers the wheels. When the gear is shifted into pump mode, the transfer case sends power to the water pump instead of the wheels.
Just shut it off.
And at times, troubleshooting may just mean taking the truck in and out of gear or restarting the truck.
There we go.
Get some water in the front of it now, Zach, if you can. Get him to lower his line down a bit. Get that engine compartment fire going. In the grill.
If they can knock out the blaze in the engine compartment, that'll stop the tanks from getting too hot.
You got magnesium burning in there as well. Watch it. Shut him down for a minute.
Chief Barry calls for a timeout when he spots sparks of intense white light.
There's got to be magnesium in that steering column. See where we got the fire and the color? See if you can line up with that opening in the firewall. Get some water in and it'll protect us if any of that stuff spatters. The dangers right now are the magnesium that's in the vehicle. If we hit that, it'll actually spatter up.
Magnesium is a lightweight metal used to increase fuel efficiency in cars and trucks. It's highly flammable. And when molten magnesium is exposed to water, it can explode.
So with magnesium, you have to be very careful, because when it goes in and hits, you will get a massive explosion of molten metal that comes off and can burn right through your turnout gear.
Zach, watch it.
In Edson, Alberta, firefighters are battling a welding truck fire and trying to prevent the fire from spreading to the magnesium engine block.
We apply the water and try not to get it on the magnesium and just let that kind of burn itself out.
Once the threat of a magnesium fire is neutralized,
You him to shut down for a minute, get that line in, we'll get up and get that engine compartment fire out.
Chief moves in for the kill.
Engine 12 operator, fire time done. I'll shut it down for a sec.
Grab that line with Colt and we'll go up and hit it 2 lines.
What we did was we knocked out to a gated Y so that we had 2 lines to give us the ability to get in and get around the vehicle.
Go. See the fire you got in the air conditioning pump for the alternator? Lob some in and get that cooled off. Move up on it, Zach. Move up. Nathan, in the cab. Get it in the cab.
Chief thinks he has the fire under control, but he'll need to send his guys closer to assess if it's completely out.
Zach's just doing a quick look at the truck, making sure we don't have any hot spots, any pinch and flame that we had. We want to make sure those cylinders are okay.
The thermal imaging camera identifies hotspots.
I think we're good to kill it and get in there.
Okay, shut one line down. I'm just gonna get the engine blinded up, make sure there's nothing in there smoldering. All right, let's fire a bunch of water in the wheels real quick, and then we'll get the owner to come up and have a look.
The cab was involved in fire, and heavy fire destroyed the cab. But by us getting there in a timely manner and getting a large amount of water on it,
Okay, the cylinders were way back, so we're good there.
we saved his electric welder. We saved a great deal of the tools that he had stored in the compartments.
But your welder's good, hey?
Welder's good. Yeah, nothing burnt in the welder at all.
The welder and his family survey the damage.
He said he just filled those tanks, and so that's a bomb waiting to go off if it was to burn any further, you know, and scary stuff.
At least you're okay. Okay? That's the main thing. This is replaceable. Nope, that is not.
Nice work, buddy.
So when we respond to calls, whether it's an accident call, a fire call,
Nice job.
our firefighters and our crews that go out there put their lives on the line every day. And they will continue to do that day after day after day. That's what we do.
Back at Fire Hall 1 in Lesser Slave County, the crew prepares to welcome some familiar faces.
Gonna have some visitors come in, the kids that were in the creek.
We get a chance to show them what we do here, so they're not scared of firefighters, right? It was kind of a scary incident, but now we're just normal people doing a normal job, and they're able to see all that for themselves. So a few of these people will probably look pretty familiar to you. This was the guy in the wetsuit that came right up when you were in the creek. It was kind of a scary time, eh?
It's terrifying. I had a whole mix of emotions, from angry that they went down there, scared because I wasn't quite sure if they were hurt.
Oh, well, it's all good. You made it through. Our job is to protect all those people, and without community, you wouldn't need us, right? So getting out into the public is job number one. All right, are we fire trucking it now?
After a tour of Fire Hall 1, it's time for a fire truck ride.
So, lights is just that red button right here. All the emergency lights are on now. You guys want to hear what it sounds like when the siren's on in here?
Yeah.
Hogan's got the siren controller, so he just pushes a button, and then air horns is just like your car horn.
That's cool.
How often do you guys get calls?
How many do we do a year, usually, Patrick? We're usually between 300 and 350 a year. Totally depends on the time of year and what's going on.
Are you guys excited as time we get calls?
Depends what it is. I'll tell you what, though, when you hear 2 kids in a creek bank, that's a pretty adrenaline-packed dispatch, that one.
After a difficult call, the Slave Lake crew often debriefs.
If we did have a situation like we did the other day, that first truck can get started on the rescue right away.
Looking for ways to improve their skills and procedures.
We decided that we're gonna move some stuff around to different trucks. So in here now, we can actually have a shelf where there's like 3 floating ropes lined up. They're not in a bag. So you just grab that floating rope, go.
I like this because I want it to be quicker deployment. People are waiting to be saved. Innovation. I like it. One of the big problems is that we get to a place and you want to have everything and you can't. So we're trying to juggle around so that we can get everything more centralized onto the truck so that when we get somewhere, we have everything we need to do our job. Are we taking those tanks out of there?
But reorganizing tools and equipment on a fire truck can cause more problems than it solves.
The reshift stay?
I think it should stay, but I don't know.
So when you do all this changing, it screws up everything. Now every firefighter has to come in and retrain on the truck, and every checklist has to be redone, and everybody has to start again. So you have to make sure that you want to actually do this before you jump in.
And get like 10 extra air bottles. And then if you ever have a big fire, just bring the rescue and it'll have extra air on it, right?
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah.
But with a little retraining, Chief decides that reorganizing will pay off big time in the long run.
Makes sense. All right, good.
And now that the trucks are reorganized, it won't be long before the next big call gives it a test.
There's a cat in the tree, let's go!
Even for the all-time classic firefighter emergency.
The most cliche call we could probably get is saving cats in trees.
A cat in a tree for a couple days. We'll try and get it down.
The crew is ready to drop everything, even a hockey game, to save a helpless animal.
Yeah, he wasn't really earning his money again so far.
We have our roles, but it's right in my job description. Other duties as assigned. If it needs to be done, we'll do it.
It's a 75-foot tall tree, and it's 3/4 of the way up. The fire department doesn't do anything small.
Some fire departments don't rescue cats in trees. But Slave Lake is a small town with a big heart. They'll need the ladder truck to reach the cat 60 feet up. Patrick lays down the pads to support the outriggers.
Yeah, just enough pressure to be off, guys.
The heavy ladder tower needs hydraulic outriggers to lift and stabilize the truck.
Mine are touching.
All your lights are on?
Yeah.
Most tower ladders extend to 100 feet, enough to reach the top of a 10-story building.
Okay, that's good.
Climbing a ladder tower 60 feet up is serious business. And whether rescuing a cat or a person, it's a long way down with a hard landing.
Patrick, you want 2 there? You want X on there backing behind him or what?
Yeah, might as well.
Throw your helmet on and just back him up.
So I'm allergic to cats. I'm actually pretty allergic to them, so I'm never the guy that goes up to get the cat. Definitely wear your coat, because they dig in as soon as they get a hold of you.
He gets the cat, you just worry about him not falling.
Keep coming. I need you right up here. That's good right there. Come here. Come here, hey. You can usually tell how long a cat's been up there when you put the ladder up. If you put it up right to it and it runs right to you, usually it's been up there for quite a while. Come here. It wanted to come, so you could tell it'd been up there a little while, but it's still like, eh. Come here. Come here. Come on.
You little. So does he have the cat?
No, the cat ran up.
A routine rescue is turning into a game of cat and firefighter.
Man, this is harder than a house fire.
Are you kidding, you little? Try to get it to come, and then ran up like another 10 feet.
All right, we're going to water tower mode.
Water tower mode means the ladder will be extended to its maximum reach of 75 feet. But Ryan's just like that cat, with no fear of heights.
To save a cat.
Come here, kitty. Come here. Come on. It's okay.
I'll get it. I'll get it. We just gotta do it safe, that's all.
Come on. It's okay, yeah. It's okay.
You're okay. You're okay.
Oh, looks like they're heading down now.
No, but they have it, or?
Ryan, you got him, right? Yeah. Good job, buddy.
Hey, there you go. Cat whisperer. Okay.
You know, you're not gonna call an ambulance for a cat in a tree. You're not gonna call the cops for a cat in the tree. But I think there's a nice guy persona that goes around with the fire department, and just, you know, guys are here to help.
All right, let's go find some more cats.
Pretty good. Cat didn't fall, so it's a win.
Guys got the cat. Neighbor's happy, owner's happy, everybody's happy. Do it right, do it safe, and get out of here.
All aboard!
Remember, dispatch, you can mark all units off scene. Cat saved, and Oilers 2-0.
No sirens on the next call. It's time for a little community outreach at Slave Lake's Northern Lights Aquatic Center.
Gonna be doing a little demonstration on water rescue in the pool.
With a lesson on water safety.
There's a throw bag on there, though. Should we take a medical bag just in case? Because we're the only full-time people here, we just get put in a teaching position a lot of the time.
Let's say we have somebody that's
I know something happened to them in the water. We have grade 9s from all the schools in Slave Lake, and we show just what it takes if somebody does get into trouble, the resources needed to get that person out of trouble.
In Canada, over 450 people drown every year. The highest fatality rate is among young adults, with the 20 to 24-year-old age group at the top, and an average of 44 drowning deaths each year.
How about some questions for our firefighters here?
Go ahead, buddy.
Have he ever had to be the one to be saved?
Not yet, luckily, but that's because I wear my life jacket everywhere I go.
You know, we go to lots of rescues. Anytime it's on land, you know, they're still gonna be there when you get there. In the water, it's different. As soon as they're under the water, you know, you're waiting for a dive team, and the chance of them being alive when they come back up is very, very slim, right?
So every time I'm in the water, I got my life jacket on when I'm boating.
Slave Lake duty officers. Springwood Drive, near the exit to the highway. Quad accident, 2 female patients, unknown injuries.
A call for an ATV accident brings the visit to a quick close.
Copy that. We do get a fair amount of calls like that. People get up every year on quads. Just about every single one, there's somebody's hurt.
We have to be ready for everything. So we're basically planning for the worst and hoping for the best.
Over 100,000 ATV accidents occur every year in North America. Most incidents result in serious injuries, requiring medical emergency treatment. And over 700 result in fatalities.
2 girls trapped down in the bottom of the ravine. Anytime you hear like a quad accident, you kind of automatically think that someone got hurt pretty bad.
2 young women lost control of their ATV and crashed into a deep ditch.
There was the quad with a couple of young ladies on it. At the time, my concern was for these people.
She seems like she's in a bit of pain.
Oh, man. I was never really into quadding. You see a couple bad accidents, and it really changes your outlook.
When I got here, they were sitting on the quad drinking out of their 40 vodka.
There was some alcohol involved, so we realized right away that this was definitely going to be an RCMP incident.
Whose is it? Did they steal it?
The ATV owner arrives on scene and makes a serious charge.
It's stolen?
Yeah.
We realized that the quad was stolen.
We'll help you get it out after they've done all their stuff.
Deputy Chief Alex Pavchek is quick to offer a helping hand.
So it was stolen. It's these people's quad here. So once the cops give us okay, we'll see if maybe we can help them get it out.
Being a firefighter is not just about going to a fire and putting it out and coming home. It's about being involved in the community. If that was me, I would want somebody to help me out.
All right. Seeing as how it was just stolen a few minutes before and the homeowners were there, being a small town, we said, you know what, we'll help you get this thing out of here.
We've got to make sure we get enough guys to help you lift it while you try and pop it out of this hole.
Our original plan was if we could get it unstuck from where it was, we could just drive it down to where there was a little bit less of a hill and then drive it up the hill.
1, 2. It's stuck.
It's kind of stuck. It won't move at all.
And we realized it was pretty stuck. It would have taken a lot of effort to get it unstuck. We could have did it for sure, but
He's got a winch right here.
the guy offered up a winch on his Jeep, so we figured, hey, we'll give that a shot.
Yeah, everybody's good to go, man.
I like helping people, and at the end of the day, when the pager goes off, if you're able to help them, you've done a good job.
The Lesser Slave Regional Fire Service includes 5 fire halls and almost 110 volunteers who serve and protect an area over 10,000 square kilometers. And the most remote community is the hamlet of Flatbush, population 45.
The famous Flatbush fire hydrant. I've heard about it for years, and I've yet to see it. It's a beautiful thing right there that we're looking at.
As Slave Lake's maintenance officer, it's Kim Romaniuk's job to make sure that every regional fire hall is well-versed in water management.
What does a hydrant give us? Water. This is trouble-free Water source. Water is our main tool. If we don't have water, we're not fighting fire.
In these remote areas, hydrants are few and far between. Firefighters need to find alternative sources of water.
We need water. This is our closest water source. We can't get down to the river with this truck, so we want this pump bringing water up to this truck. Draft from here and take it to that truck.
Pulling water from a standing body of water is called drafting.
So we have our water supply coming from the river.
This particular drafting setup uses a holding basin.
It's a real challenge getting water flowing when you're drafting. Once the pump is running, there's no sense in shutting it down. Let her flow. That'll be drained in no time flat. And if that's pumping already, we're just ahead of the game.
The steady flow of water into the basin allows multiple tanker trucks to continuously refill their tanks without fear of running low.
Well, nice job, you guys. This is exactly what I want.
Coming up with inventive ways to fight a fire is just one of the things that makes these firefighters jacks of all trades.
When someone has a problem, they call the fire department because we problem solve, we figure it out, and get it done.
It's 2 a.m.
Good morning, gentlemen.
And Hall 1 is responding to a semi-truck that went off the highway into a ditch.
Headed to a semi-truck in the ditch up on its wheels still. Caller just drove by, so we're just getting whatever they saw as they were driving by. Lots of things could have happened at 2 o'clock in the morning.
With so many big trucks hauling heavy industrial loads on these remote 2-lane highways, the firefighters are kept busy 24/7.
102 on scene, kilometer 54. Looks like a loaded semi on its wheels in the ditch. How do we get down there? It's this huge Super B semi loaded up with lumber parked right down by the trees. It looks like he just drove right down in here. Super close call. You know, there's 6, 8, 10-inch diameter trees there that he could have hit, but he rode it out. Anyone in there? Oh! No one in there? Okay. Weird.
A tractor-trailer truck is almost in the trees, engine running and lights on. But what happened to the driver?
There's the DOA, dead on arrival. You really don't want that, right? And these are GOA, gone on arrival. And so, where did they go?
Man, who leaves their lights on when they leave, though? So that's even more weird. Like, there has to be someone around. Who leaves a truck running?
Well, let's just split into 2 groups and go 100 feet each way, and
we'll just try that way. Just see.
Maybe he's hurt and he's wandering around. Maybe he's been ejected and we don't know why.
The truck's secure, and with no traffic hazards on the highway, it looks like the firefighters' work here is almost done.
So just checking around, make sure that he's not anywhere else.
At some point, it becomes a police matter. Dispatch, I'm gonna need RCMP here ASAP. Is there registration hanging there?
It's 2 a.m. on the side of the highway, and firefighters are mystified a tractor-trailer truck, engine running.
Yeah, snap a quick picture of that. So who are we supposed to be finding? What are they supposed to be doing? Whose vehicle is this? You could easily just get a, jump in a truck going by and go to town, I guess.
I don't know, guys. That's quite a ways.
It's probably far enough. The officer 121.
A report comes in. The driver has been found. He claimed a deer forced him off the road. Unable to get his truck out of the ditch, he hitched a ride into town. But something about this story doesn't add up.
He opened his door and a bunch of fell out. Oh, there's a coffee mug. I was probably trying to stay awake. That didn't work.
On these rural highways, most tractor-trailer trucks would not risk an accident by swerving to avoid an animal. On a previous call, Jamie encountered a tractor-trailer truck that did hit an animal.
This big truck hit a moose?
Yeah, just hit the front bumper just down the hill there.
Like most trucks operating in these parts, this semi was outfitted with a heavy-duty bumper guard, which can protect the vehicle from a collision with even a large animal. But for now, Jamie's just happy to learn that the driver is safe. And his work here is done.
So as long as we're sure that he's not there, I go right home and sleep like a baby.
When the Lesser Slave Regional Fire Service isn't responding to emergency calls, they often assist in cutting-edge research for wildfire prevention. Today, Chief and a few members of his crew are at the Pelican Mountain Prescribed Fire Site, northeast of Slave Lake.
They're gonna burn this basically to the bottom of the hill all off.
Wildfire professionals and scientists are conducting test burns as part of an international multi-agency project sponsored by the Alberta government. The aim is to mitigate the risk of catastrophic wildfires to infrastructure and communities.
Fires have been happening here for thousands of years, and they're not going to stop happening because we're moving into the forest.
Canada's boreal forest depends on regular wildfires to help drive the life cycle of the forest. But as neighborhoods and housing developments encroach on fire-prone wilderness areas, these fires can have disastrous consequences. The Chisholm wildfire of 2001. The Slave Lake wildfire of 2011. And the Fort McMurray wildfire of 2016 forced whole towns to evacuate and resulted in property damage in the billions. Today, Alberta wildfire scientists are testing methods for preventing fast-moving grass fires, which often ignite nearby forests.
Like, it literally blows your mind, the amount of data that you could get here and how much it could change our way of thinking. Or the science is going to dictate how we move forward with all these treatments.
Oh, we don't dictate, we advise.
It's going to dictate. I'm telling you right now. No pressure.
Houston, we have takeoff.
Now we watch.
As the fire burns, scientists will measure how quickly the flames spread across a grassy field covered with wood chips and mulch.
These guys are taking this down to a science where they're going to actually show you, rates of spread and speed and what the wind does to it.
Formal study of forest fires in Canada have been going on for decades. Recent studies have focused on wildland fire behavior, including how fuel ignites, flame develops, and fire spreads. How human-made structures react to close proximity fires. And how emergency shelters and firefighting protective gear can help save lives.
Yeah, it's throwing a lot of heat. I would say it'll help prevention. What should we do? How should we do this? Right? It'll answer a lot of those questions.
This is taking the wildfire and collecting all the data that goes with it to see how it burns and where it burns and which treatments are better. This could change the way that we do all of our fire smart treatments, and this could change the way that we fight fires. I can't think of anything in my world that's more important than this.